So here are, if we ask what is instructional leadership? First of all, I want to say, even you are trying to be an instructional leader, you still have to manage. You cannot just lead the teaching and learning, but the technology doesn't work because you don't manage the facility, you don't manage, but you have to manage, you still have to be administrator as well. So it doesn't mean I'm instructional leader and that's all I do. No, but it has to be in your mindset part of your role. I became interested in instructional leadership before I did my doctoral degree, because I was a school teacher, primary and secondary school teacher. And I noticed that in different schools that I worked in, the role of the principal quite different. In this school, the principal not see the principal too much, right? Spend a lot of time outside the school, right? In this school that I worked as a teacher, the principal does a lot to help me and other teachers to teach more effectively. And that made me interested. What is different? What do we know about this? And that's what I did my doctoral dissertation on. But that was 40 years ago. Yeah, bon mori. 40 years ago. And in those 40 years, we've done research all over the world about this. And in fact, I've written papers about instructional leadership in Vietnam. But that's what I mean. They create conditions that enable all teachers to learn and teach more effectively. To learn and teach more effectively. So as an instructional leader, you are also the leader of your teachers and trying to help your teachers learn. When I came here, none of the teachers were using the technology. They didn't know how. We had the sound system. We could show video clips about management. Nobody used it. They don't know how. How are they going to? They have to learn. So, and as the instructional leader or administrator, if you don't, if that's not part of your mindset, it's not going to happen, because you have to organize. You have to see it, see the need. You have to organize, find the resources, get the people, and then support them once they finish the workshops. Support them. Now, right, so here you might ask, so what do they do? Well, here's an example. One of the interesting things that research found about instructional leaders compared to other administrators is when the teachers have the workshop, the administrator sits in the workshop and learns with the teachers. Now, I will tell you, this is not normal in Thailand. In Thailand, what happens is, come here, the administrator, dean or principal, will say, today we are very honored to have this international speaker, Mr. Tong, to give the training for us. We feel very lucky because he worked with many schools. This topic today, very important. Thank you so much. Gone. That's it. Right. But if you take your role as instructional leadership seriously, you will sit in the workshop. Why? Number one, people watch your behavior. They watch you. If they see you, if they see the administrator sitting, what does it tell you? If the administrator sits with you in the workshop, what does that tell you? What is the message? This is important. The administrator leaves. Maybe this is important for you. They stay. It communicates a message. Number two, they stay, learn with the teachers. After the workshop, they know what they need to do to support the teachers because they have the same knowledge as the teachers, right? They say, oh, okay, I'm going to need to buy some more equipment, or I need to make sure teachers have time to study a bit more about this, or we need to have a meeting to discuss how will we use this in our school. But if they don't go to the meeting, the teachers leave the workshop and maybe something happens, maybe nothing happens, right? Yeah.
Only if the need manager stay there, and the students will not share their real idea, like
well, that's. Oh, you think the teachers won't share their idea because the administrator is there?
No. If they were there, so the students will not say.
Yeah. Well, I can't. That goes to another level. So just sitting. I am assuming that if the administrator sits there, they're not just looking at their phone the whole time, and they're listening, and they can, make comment to get people to participate and so forth. So it goes beyond just be there. But the first step is be there. And
I think the problem that be there for listening or for sharing more than be there to control the people so that they don't report.
Of course. I just say the first step. But if you're not even there, you can't do that, right? I think I want to talk about this. Be visible where it matters. Be visible so people can see you where it matters. So this is one example that I just gave you. Workshop for teachers, and the administrator comes. Being visible where it matters, because the teacher's learning matters. Okay. When I was here at the college, I told you during the week, our students study when? Daytime or evening? What did I tell you? When did our students mostly study? Daytime or evening? I told you before. Evening, in the evening. So I would come to work in the morning, but I didn't go home at 5 o'clock because most of our students are coming in the evening. So at 5 o'clock, what I would do is leave my office on the 15th floor, come down to the 6th floor at 5 o'clock, because our students are starting to arrive. Our teachers are coming to the classrooms. And I walk all around the 6th floor, go down all around the 5th floor, all around the 4th floor. What am I doing? I see the teacher arrive. I say hello, we chit chat. I find out a little about what they're doing. They tell me they're having a problem. I say, okay, I make note. I try to solve that. I see the students. Ask the student, you getting what you want? How about your courses? Good? What to improve? And communicating to the students. So this is what we call MMBWA, management by walking around. MBWA. So management by walking around. So it's not just walking around, it's communicating, listening as you walk around. I'll give you an example. So in the first year, when I came on the job, and one day I'm walking by one of the classrooms, and there is this foreign, I think he was from England, teacher. He worked at a consulting company. He was taught part-time for us. But so he is an international management consultant. So I walking by his room, and I look in and I see he has, do you remember the overhead projectors? Yeah, I know you must, yeah. You have the plastic, right? And you put, right, the overhead projector, what do you call it? Yeah, so he had this. I think to myself, that's very strange. Why is he using that? Because we have the system. So I knock, now class hadn't started yet. This is my MBWA, but I see him preparing for class. So I just look into his room. I said, Dr. David, and he came out and I said, I notice you're using the overhead projector. Why are you using the overhead projector? You want to know why I'm using the overhead projector? Because every time I come in, the technology doesn't work. One day the computer doesn't work. The next day the LCD doesn't work. I end up wasting 15 or 20 minutes of every class. And this is how he's talking to me. Right? He wasn't talking, oh, well, you know, sometimes the no, we're out. Like this in my face, you know? And did I enjoy that? No. But I was finding out that the problem about our technology had still not been solved, right? So, MBWA. You can walk around and learn nothing. It's not just that you're walking around. You have to walk around with the intention. You must have the intention to listen and communicate, not just walk around. But just like the example before, right? If you don't walk around, you're not going to find anything out, right? Just like being in the workshop. Okay, you have to do more than just sit there. Sitting there is not leadership. That's just the first step. Now, I left the college after 8 years, and I was teaching in Hong Kong. And one day, maybe 6 years after, 5 years after I left the college, I got an email. And the email was from one of our part-time faculty, part-time instructors. And he said, Professor Philip, I hope you don't mind me sending you this email, but I saw Professor Randall and we were talking about you, and he gave me your email address. And I just wanted to write and tell you that I miss you, and that in the 6 years since you left, we've had 3 deans in the college in 6 years, and I never saw any of them. Never saw their face, even one time. But when you were here, I saw you all the time, and it gave me encouragement, helped me solve problems, helped me know what we're trying to do in the college. Right? MBWA. Be visible where it matters. Where does it matter in your school? Where does it matter in your school? It matters in the classroom. That's where it matters. So MBWA is being visible. People, the teachers see me, the students see me where it matters. Now, let me tell you, number one, I'm the guy who likes to sit in my office and work on my computer. You look at me and you think, oh, he talked a lot, talked very easy. Yeah. But actually, I prefer just to be in my office. But I knew I have to be visible where it matters. Therefore, I made the routine. The routine that every day at 5 o'clock I go out, because it forced me to leave my office. Because I know if I don't make the routine, I just stay in my office or I go home. But I said, this is important. I have to be visible where it matters. Where it matters is not my office. Right? And then I said, intention. Make it matter wherever you are. That means when you're MBWA, you have to engage with people. You have to communicate your priority. You have to listen. That's what it means. Make it matter. Make it important wherever you are. Take your priorities with you. What are priorities? Okay. Take your priorities with you. So you MBWA, your priorities go with you. You communicate. You look. Right? And you model what's important. Learning is important. I sit in the workshop with you because I need to learn too. Okay. When I came to the college, in my contract, I don't have to teach. At that time, we had about over 1,000 students in the college studying. And in my previous job in the United States, I was full Yaosu, I was full professor, and I only taught one course each term. One course. I came here, and when Chai was studying here, I was teaching 2 and 3 classes per term. Not in my contract. Why did I do it? I want to model what's important. And any faculty member, as they're learning how to teach better, could come to visit my class. If I didn't teach, if I didn't teach any classes, and I'm just telling the faculty, this is what you need to do. Even I give workshops to the faculty. This is how you do it. The faculty will sit there listening to me, thinking to themselves, oh, but he's not teaching. He doesn't know our students. He doesn't know that, right? It's some kind of resistance in their mind, right? So I'm teaching the same students as them. And some of them, the evaluations from the students are quite low, and mine very high. So they have to pay some attention too. Although some said, your evaluation only high because you're the director, the students, but I don't think that was true.